Speak Life podcast, only podcast that expand your life expectancy. Understand?
Getting into it.
True. Alright, crazy concept, right? And I want your view on the concept. The concept of deadlines and lifelines.
What do you mean by that?
I think we separate the words so much because we believe the meanings differ, but they don't. It's just on the opposite side of the spectrum, right? So like deadlines, I look at it in association with time. The time where people say time don't wait on man, or like all of that stuff, like time. And also with time, I look at it as the time to root something for something to reveal. It's like, you know, a duration. Something has to end for something to happen. You know what I mean? Like time, or the right time to come for something happen. But like on the spectrum now, when you look at lifeline, it's alright. Question: you see the time I just explained? That you see how that ties into like deadlines? How could that tie into deadline? Alright. So why I say like lifeline is different now? Because lifeline would be more like in coordinates with light. When I say light, I mean like clarity, revelation. Like light is basically like, you understand, like it's there, like yeah, the light is shown on it. You know what happening, you know what's going on, you understand? So, and I think that is a lifeline. We live our life in sectors of like time we need to do stuff, when it's really like we should embrace a lifeline where it's like instead of you getting up saying this we need to have done before this time, it's like I have life. I'm gonna live life. You understand? And not instantly jump on a clock or some shit. That's my point. So a lifeline, so like a deadline is basically on the clock.
Yeah.
A lifeline is more you embracing life. You have that lifeline, you cherish it, you preserving it. You know what I mean? So I'm saying like, what is your concept on that? Because I believe a lot of people live now in a deadline mindset, and I think the world could be so much better, or people could achieve a lot more of their personal dreams living on lifelines. What do you think?
I agree, because I'm not one for the deadline. I do things how I want to do them, whenever I want to do them. And you know what? That just goes with life, because, you know, life's chaotic and you can't really control anything. Kind of just vibing with it. So, you know, and as much as you try to control, that's when things are probably going to spiral out more due to, like, deadlines and stuff. But at the same time, if it's a very important thing, I think, you know, it's important to have those deadlines, or for them to be important in certain aspects. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I think that also is important to put in there, like the balance, like knowing when tap into one. But you don't ever want to be living like survival mode. I think deadline is like survival mode. You try and meet the quota, you try and meet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you live and there's no quota to meet other than wake up type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you did it once you wake up. Other than that, you start living, you creating. And my question is, do you feel it's because you feel like, or you see yourself as a creative, why you have that approach or that belief? Because a lot of people might say, alright, I believe in deadlines because of this, that reason, would never ever comprehend what I just said, right? That is because you see yourself as creative, why that happened?
Probably because, like, I feel like my mind is everywhere else, and like I prefer to just, you know, do what I want to do. So I think that does tie into it.
If you saw yourself as a flower in a garden right now with the life you're living as a creator, do you think you're blooming, or you're in a state of like growing, or like what season you think you're in? You in fall or
growing? Definitely growing.
All right. You respect that. Okay. It was also good with going, there's a soil you're surrounding yourself, and make sure you put your thing in good soil, you know. Another concept, right? If you don't meet a deadline, they instantly think less of yourself, you know what I mean? Like you did something wrong, you're already in a bad place, you understand? So like I say, true efficiency, where it's like time and you achieving your goals, it comes from being in harmony and planning, but being in harmony, not deadlines and on
like
a timeline and shit
stress.
like that.
And there's like you were talking about the balance. Obviously, I think I can relate it mostly to school, because it's like you have a life outside of school, but you also have the work that you have to do by a certain deadline and all those things, and it's just like you have things that you have to do to be able to achieve what you want in the end of it all. But when you focus on that too much, that's when you become to go like insane, like you're stressing all those things.
Sure, bro. Like, deep it. Like, the minute you come out of school, you be like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy my life now.
Yeah.
You don't find that crazy? So, like, what you been doing all now?
Exactly. So it's like,
And,
you
like,
have
you know
to try
what I'm
and
saying?
find that balance where it's
So-
like you're still enjoying your life and not just putting it all
and that's
into
the
that.
thing. And it's hard for a lot of people to maintain and find that balance because the reality is sometimes they're not even doing what they want to do. Like, they're either being complacent or becoming products from, and they're forced to maintain a balance in whatever or wherever they're at.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But any financial tip,
To always have, I don't want to say just.
tell me what you would say, not your parents would say. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
So
what
I'm
you
gonna
would say.
relate this to credit in America.
Tell you shit.
Being smart financially when it comes to that is like, if you have a good paying job or at least a job that pays well, for you to be able to get more, like when it comes to like houses, cars, or like easier pays when it comes to those things, my best bet would say to get a credit card, because obviously you need that to get all those things. And it helps with so many things. And I would say when it comes to that, because you have to, like, they give you a certain amount of money and then you're using the money, you have to pay it back by like certain deadlines. Oh my gosh, here we are at deadlines. But yeah, I would say for that, literally just like use it, because it's so crazy you said don't say what my parents say, but my mom would always tell me, if you get a credit card, pay your phone bill with it, because then that's easy for you to pay off if you're working a job. And that just brings in like a whole thing when it comes to like learning financial things and just understanding how to balance everything that you have, because you're gonna end up having so many bills as time goes on. And it shows a little bit of a independence type of thing, which I think is very important.
But I had to start managing shit. Like, I had bills that I didn't even know about. I was having bills calculated out. You understand? So it's like that. We say like when your mom put you onto like, all right, that right there, you gotta maintain that bill. Like,
Yeah.
that right there, like little by little. From when you're at the place, it's just like normal to you. You know, it's not. It doesn't come on like a stress, but it comes on like, you know, it's a part of it. It's knowledge.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's the thing too about like life. It's, and I was saying it's not about good or bad. Like, really, it isn't about good or bad. It's that good or bad is just a matter of morality, fam. Right? Trust me. It's like good or bad doesn't improve success or decrease success. It doesn't. Right? It's conviction. It's commitment. It's finding different ways of getting your thing. Being good when you need to be. Being bad when you need to be. That's how it comes, because that dream is so personal. And if you focus on being good or bad, then you really let go of the dream that you have. Then you start focusing or giving energy to being good or being bad. But you can't serve two gods. And then people look at that as, oh, God is saying you can't serve me alone. It's like the energy that you have, it's not in full effect when it's divided. And that's just like his people, you understand? Oh, you got pulled to that shit hit. You understand? And that's the thing, that's what we don't see. You understand? That's what we don't see.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I'm gonna say something right now, and I probably collect heat for this. But I'm gonna say it and then explain what I say. And I'm saying fuck consistency. As much as I have consistency tattooed on me, fuck consistency. Right?
That's
Let me
crazy.
explain now. Right? So, I dedicate my time and talent to these things, right? And not for consistency on a whole, right? For consistency in a percentage, right? So you're not fucking at 100%. That's a little, probably like a 20%. You understand? And let me explain why we say that now. So I dedicate my time and talent to these things, right? These different things, right? And say it is my goal to become Van Gogh, like a Van Gogh fan, you understand? And I genuinely want to become the best at what I do, fam. But I can't really focus on this one thing because there's other stages I need to get through in life. So then it comes to me splitting my energy at different places, right? So I'm dedicating my time and talent to all these other things. And the reality is, the more I'm consistent with all these other things, is the less energy going towards me being a Van Gogh, right? But we're taught to, just like the bills you mentioned, like that and all that. we are taught to have consistency, all these other things, but we're low-key told not to have consistency in our dreams.
Yeah.
We aren't. And that's why I say fuck consistency, because you guys aren't teaching us consistency 100%. You're teaching us consistency in something else, to give us a foundation to have a good life and then chase our dreams. Like, what about the people who is willing to sleep on someone's couch for 5 years to pursue their dream, fam?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if consistency don't mean consistency on all forums, fuck consistency. Yeah. But consistency is important, though. Yeah?
Exactly. So it's like.
But conviction is also important. That's my thing. Like, conviction has to go with consistency. Because what does it work? I be consistent with a shawty for a whole year that I low-key have eyes on another shawty deep down, or like in my heart. I can still be consistency with him, but so if consistency of all form doesn't mean 100%, 100 dedication, 100% conviction, and it's only sometimes consistency mean this, and sometimes consistency means being complacent or living below your means because you just never get to achieve your goal. If that's what consistency means, bro, I don't agree with it. That's what I say. Because I believe words should have deeper meaning, so when people look into them, they have a reason to keep going on, fam. Drive can only take you so far. You understand? You need to have a goal, a destination where you're going, and then when you hear certain stuff, you want it to empower you, not tear you down, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
So if the consistency you're preaching don't mean that, then I don't want it. Right?
Have you had that conversation with yourself?
Basically, you don't care if you had to hurt to heal, or was it from a place where you forgive and then love and like grow? If you had that conversation with yourself that I need to do better, or like, like, nah man, this is like below, I need to fix the fuck up. That conversation, how did you have that conversation with yourself as a creative?
I think for me, it was just not on like a harsh level of like, oh, I went through something horrible, like that made me realize. I think it was just more so of just wanting better for myself in general. Like I said, as I do recognize things that, I can change, but it's not like where it gets to the point where it's like a horrible situation that made this happen, So I think that's what it is for me. And there has been times where people have been like, oh yeah, like you gotta, lock in from this situation, but that has not been recently. I've been doing really well, because there's been times where I've done some stuff that I'm just like, yeah, I have to learn from that, and I need to do better in a situation. But it's very rare, because I was raised with so much like openness and,
What do you mean by openness?
as in I was able to do things and learn from them, and my mom was able to sit down and have certain conversations with me.
That shit.
And be open to the point where
You're bullying, man. My mom was licking licks
No,
when she was
not like
sending
that.
licks. But what my mother? What she was sending my mama hand straight to her, fam. She don't miss, but my mommy don't miss, fam.
It was never like that for me. It was more so just like my mom trying to introduce things to me at an earlier stage, so as I get older I understand, and it's not so like where I'm mature in situations
Type shit.
rather than to
I
fuck
like
up.
that.
Even though sometimes, because obviously I'm not perfect,
Type shit.
there are times where I fuck up, and it's like, okay, yeah, you have to learn from that, and that's not something you're taught,
I like that. That was well put. I like that. I mean, like, I normally have something to say, but you put icing on that one. That one's solid. But yeah, hey, it was a pleasure, man. I appreciate it so much. I smile all the way through this because, like, this really, like, you don't understand that amount of, like, time it took for me to, like, look into myself and think about this and, like, really, really, really get personal and ask some questions, because, like, even for myself growth, and I know there are people out there like me that are creatives and that were naturally stubborn, fam, you understand? And they want to, like, not reinvent the wheel, fam, but make their own lane,
Yeah.
type shit. I feel like you see, you look at stars. Every star, like one night you see some star that stand out the most, but there's always that group of stars, those clusters of stars that you never change. Like if it's not there, then you're like, I'm probably in the wrong fucking place.
Yeah.
You understand? And if it's there, like you ignore it because it's always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's so much of it. That's why I want to put my lane, because I want my generation to inherit what happened. And crazy shit is, a lot of people, when I say inherit, a lot of people think I'm talking about money, fam. And I want to give back. Well, my parents giving away, which is time. You understand? I want my youth to be able to, until 16, that he can really honestly make a decision. He doesn't have to feel rushed, where he has to start taking on responsibility. Not saying responsibility isn't important. There's more than all that, but like certain responsibilities is of society. It's not of life.
And I agree with that, because I think, like, for me, and like the difference between a lot of my friends is that a lot of them have to, like, you know, pay a lot of bills and all that stuff, because their parents are like, okay, yeah, you need to do this and this, like, take on that responsibility. But for me, I don't really have to do that, but it's still, for me, my mom has...
You just flexing now?
I'm not flexing.
Okay, she's just flexing, guys. Lavish nigga is just flexing.
I'm trying to relate the responsibility.
Okay, lavish nigga.
For me,
that's why you choose that name. Lavish nigga. That's how you pronounce it. Lavish nigga.
No.
How you pronounce it?
La cienega.
Oh, lavish nigga. Okay. Yeah, that's why you chose that name. Lavish nigga. I like it. Don't flex on the peeps now. Don't flex on us.
Hey. But yeah, and my responsibility would have to be school, like making sure my grades are good, making sure that I am like doing all these things so that I can get my degree at the end of the day. Because one, I'm passionate about social work, and two, my mom wants me to finish school, and I'm not doing it because she wants me to finish school, but I'm doing it because I want to. And that's all she says is my responsibility.
I like that you have a good relationship with your mom. Good when you have certain people who could speak to you spiritually. Yeah. Like when I say spiritual, like really when they talk, it really hit home. Yeah. That like when you're not home, you can hear it, you know? Yeah. It still hits. Yeah. Well, once again though, it was a pleasure. Merry Christmas.
Bye people.